Hello, everybody. It's the late night show, Info Spot 411 YouTube channel. This is it. Let me check my volume here. Bring this notch. There we go. Okay. Let me get a sip of my Red Bull and we'll go over some of the stuff here for the show tonight. All right. Boy, it's been about a week since I've done a live broadcast, but busy doing some stuff. And then I was working on that Cadillac video. Oh, thank you for coming. I appreciate you coming. Okay, for short. I will be doing a tribute video for everybody that comes on my live broadcast. And that'll come out tomorrow afternoon or evening. Life of Naya, thank you. Oh, man, that's so sweet of you. I was a few minutes late here tonight. I know I put out around 11 p.m. Just been stressed and needed some peace. Okay. Yeah, that happens throughout our life. We get stressed, for sure. One thing interesting, Life and I, with that, though, keep this in mind. I did a research paper years ago in college on this. There's a thing called positive stress and negative stress. Thank you for coming, Unified Gaming. Positive stress is something that is stressful in your life for about 2 weeks or less, and you get through it. Now, negative stress is something that goes beyond 2 weeks, and that's not healthy. But at any rate, I hope you're feeling better and get some peace here tonight. Well, thank you. Hello, just tuning in for a few minutes because it's 4 a.m. here. Oh, okay. I'm doing terrific. We will network with each other. So if you see someone in here that you don't know and you'd like to build up your channel, as I said before, Life of Nine and Unified Gaming know this well. What I ask when we do genuine networking here, you go to someone else's YouTube channel, you subscribe to it, watch one of their videos in full, a full watch. So you find a 5-7 minute video, drop a like and a nice comment because that's what you want in return. Kicking it with Lynn. Thank you for coming. I'm about to get the show started here. I do have in my description box some of the topics on the show here I'm going to go over, as well as general conversation, but I'll go over this briefly. This is a cool, well, I don't know to say cool, but an interesting story. A lady in Alabama with the Hurricane Sally that came in, her front yard was flooded, and as she opened her front door, there's a big 10-foot alligator swimming around in her front yard from the storm. I'll go over that story. This was kind of cool. I saw this going through the internet, everybody. 40 cult favorite products from Target that hit the bullseye every single time. Now, I don't want to go over all 40, so I got the top 10 products that are people are buying at Target. So I'll go over that. Something interesting here. As well as I'm going to go over a few of these things, and I'll be dropping some links here. Chuck E. Cheese is asking federal court here if they can destroy $7 billion worth of prize tickets. This has to do with their bankruptcy. But boy, when I was a kid, that was one of my favorite places to go, Chuck E. Cheese. So new story. I'll go over this here, what's going on with Chuck E. Cheese. Now, this story here, I knew about this years ago, and I refreshed myself, and I'll put in the chat when we get on it. I'll get the video documentary as well. The U.S. Navy SEALs, as I'm sure everybody's heard of and knows about. Not too many people know about this. This is about a mission that went horribly wrong. I'm going to go over it. I'll tell you guys, come on, this Wi-Fi. I hope everybody can hear me okay. There we go. Okay, it's off. Here's a great story. A class ring was found 40 years later. I'm sorry, 39 years later. A class ring was found and returned to the owner. Well, it's a pretty cool story. You're going to want to hear about this. This is somebody I don't really know, but when I was in high school, I used to swim, and I love Olympic swimming. And a lot of people don't know about Dara Torres. And the reason they don't know about the amazing story of Dara Torres, one of the best Olympians ever, is because what she did in the 2008 Olympics was just unbelievable. But it was overshadowed by Michael Phelps with his big breakout year. And not taking nothing away from Michael Phelps, but Dara Torres Boy, does she deserve some accolades. And I'm going to talk about the amazing story of Dara Torres, over 40 years old and won an Olympic medal in swimming, which is just unheard of. Usually someone who's about close to 30 years in age is considered old in Olympic swimming. Oh, here too, a school bus driver playing the same lottery numbers for 20 years wins $2 million. Yeah, something cool to talk about. I'm always happy with someone just blue collar, everyday hardworking individual, hits it big on a lottery. That's just cool. Oh, this is something that I had when I was a kid, and you may have heard about it. Maybe you haven't, but I looked it up on Wikipedia because it was something I was thinking of different things to talk about. But lawn darts sometimes is also known. One company that made them was Jarts. Victory, yay. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. So anyway, I'm going to go over the history of lawn darts and why they got banned in the United States and Canada, and currently what they have today that's similar to the game of lawn darts. Also, some people refer to them as Jarts because Jarts was one of the companies that made the lawn darts. And we'll do some networking as well as I'm going to do some channel drops here, and we can check out each other's channel. Again, one more time real quick. If you go to someone else's channel, subscribe to it, watch one of their videos in full, take a 5-minute, 7-minute video, something like that, watch it in full, drop a like and a comment, and they'll return the favor. Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Lynn. I appreciate that. I got an extra webcam I bought. I got a Logitech because, boy, I was on a conference call real quick, everybody, a couple days ago with my job at work. And I keep seeing like these little wavy lines, and it might be something to do with my webcam that's in my old laptop. This laptop computer I got in 2010. It's that old. So I'm on my next live broadcast. I'm going to try my Logitech webcam. Anyway, before we get started, let me grab some of your channels here, and I'm going to do some channel drops so we can network with each other, and I'll get started on these topics, and we'll have some fun here. And thank you so much for joining me, everybody, for the late night show. All right. So give me a second. I'm going to pull up your channels, and I'm going to drop them here so we can network with each other and help build each other up. Okay, copy. All right, here's a channel drop coming up. So I do ask, if you see someone else in the live and they subscribe to your channel and you see their comment on one of your videos with a full watch, return the favor. Maybe you can't return it that minute, that hour, but within a day, return the favor. Do at least one full watch and, their channel, all that good stuff. Okay, let me get my good friend Victory Yay here next. And then I'll talk about your channels here. Victory Yay is a good friend of mine and very knowledgeable when it comes to NBA basketball and college basketball. I mean, not only do you watch some of these, his gameplay, his basketball gameplay, like the EA Sports and then the other NBA games, but he interacts with all his listeners. So you can ask him any questions about the NBA playoffs, former teams, everything. You're welcome, Victory Yay. I'm going to drop his channel. So yeah, if you have any interest in basketball or even like you're a gamer, Victory Yay is a great channel to go check out. I'm a Detroit Pistons fan because I'm in Detroit, but I am a Chicago Bears fan for football. Big time, man. The Bears beat my home team last week. Okay, next up, Life of Naya 06. Really, really good friend of mine. Life of Naya, if you're not connected with her, please network with her. She is going to be one of the best YouTube friends you can have. She's on just about all of my lives, and she does some pretty cool videos. She does some she mixes the music with this animated character, and just a great person, great friend here on YouTube. Let me grab your link here, Life of Naya. Do a few link drops. Oh yes, thank you. This is one of my favorite current football players, Cleo Mack, 52. And then I bought this off eBay, Victory Yay. It's the 100th anniversary edition, which got the silver tab here. The 100th. Let me try to bring it in the camera. And then I love they got as I put on my temp on my with thumbnail, the Chicago Bears logo here with the 100th anniversary. Oh, okay. Weary Vlog. Yes. Welcome to the live. Okay, next up, Kicking It with Lynn. Kicking It with Lynn. Kicking It with Lynn. She doesn't do your typical mukbang or, like food reviews. She talks and interacts with the people. She talks about things going on in daily life. As well as she does some good cooking stuff in there. Just a terrific friend of mine here, Kicking It with Lynn. So this Kicking It with Lynn is a great person to network with. You go visit her channel, watch her stuff, comment. Believe me, she will return the favor. As well as she's got some pretty cool content, I gotta say. There's a lot of people that are in the mukbang things, and some people just like, oh, eat the food real quick. And no, she does a lot more into her channel than that. Wary Vlog. I'll get you. Oh, from the Philippines. Okay. Thank you for coming. I have a couple good friends in the Philippines. Obria and Prin Victor. I don't know if you know them from the Philippines. I go on their live quite often. Yes, I got a lot of good friends in the Philippines. Okay, one more channel drop, and then we're going to get into some fun topics here and get the show on the road, as they say. All right, let me get a channel check here. Weary Vlog. Okay, I got to look at your logo here. I'm pulling up quite a few under that same name. Okay, let me look. Weary Vlog. Boy, I'm trying to. I don't see your channel. Weary Vlog. Is this it? Wait, is that a little? No. Huh. That's odd. Here, I'll do this. Weary Vlog. I'm gonna give you a blue wrench. Do they don't like self-promotion, but just do one channel drop if you could. You should have the blue wrench. Do one channel drop for your channel here to network with everybody. I tried pulling your channel up under your name under the filter search, but I'm not seeing your same logo, and there's like 2 or 3 people with the same name you got, the channel name. Weary Vlog. You there? Okay. Anyway, let me get the show on the road here. I'll give you a couple minutes here. If you're listening to me, you can do a channel drop for yourself. I wasn't able to find your channel, so I'll do you that favor. No problem. All right. First up, everybody. I'll pull up this link. It's got from the website, and it has like a short embedded video. I think the video on the website there is about like a minute and a half. But anyway, let me read this to you. It's real short. Alligator swims through Alabama woman's flooded yard. This is United Press International. They have all kinds of cool, like interesting news stories, offbeat, news stories you don't typically see in the mainstream media. Okay, here we go. An Alabama woman shared a video of the surprising sight that greeted her when she looked out Hurricane Sally flooded front yard at Alligator having a swim. Tina Bennett of Gulf Shores posted a video to Facebook showing a large alligator swimming through floodwaters from Hurricane Sally brought into her front yard. She says, "Oh my God, this is outside our window." It is a 10 to 12 foot alligator. Bennett said, "This is one alligator isn't only dangerous wildlife encounter she's had as a result of the storm." She said that she's also encountered here poisonous snakes as well from some previous storms. But anyway, she opens up this front door, and literally there's a huge alligator. She has like a real short porch. Looks out and starts screaming. And when she sees that alligator, it's a trip. But let me do this here real quick. I'm going to get this because there's only so much I can give you describing this. Yeah, lots of gators in the South. This is one of those like news stories that I can't do it justice by telling you about it. It's one of those things you have to see. So I'm going to pull up the link and I'll put it in the live chat. The video is only like, I think 45 seconds to a minute in it, but she opens up that front door and you look out and there's big alligators swimming around right outside the front porch. It was kind of like, it's kind of funny in a way, you know, nobody got hurt, but I'd be like, oh my goodness. I guess some people in Florida are probably used to that, you know, walking out and, you know, in the backyard is a big old alligator. Where is, oh, hold on. I got to go back 1 second, everybody. I'm going to just get the link and put it in the chat here. I just got to pull it up. So give me just a second. Okay, cool. Here we go. Let me get the link. Oh yeah, here it is. Oh no, yeah, I got it. Okay. Let me grab this link. Copy. All right, here we go. Paste. Okay, there you go. I put the link in here. If you want to check it out, it'll be right to the news story here about this alligator outside this woman's front door. And when you click it on this video, it's only like 45 seconds. Oh, thanks, Victory A. Yeah, but you'll see this just big ASS alligator swimming around. I'd be like, well, I've been in Michigan, you know, just about all my life. I was in South Carolina, a few other states. But man, I see that big old alligator. I'd be running down the basement to get my 12 gauge and put a couple slugs in there. Say that thing tries coming up my porch. I got something for that thing. Oh boy. What are you going to do? Okay, let me get a sip of my Red Bull here, and I'm going to go over the top 10 cult favorite products from Target. But the name of this story is 40 right here. Let me just try to tilt it so the light doesn't give the glare. But yeah, 40 cult favorite products from Target that hit the bullseye every time. And this website is Delish, DELISH.com. I'll put the link. I'll grab that. I'll go on Google it here when we're done talking about it, and I'll put the link. So if you're interested and you want to hear about the rest of the products, go ahead. I just grabbed the top 10 favorite cult products of Target. I found it interesting. I don't want to go over, 40 freaking products, but anyway. I can talk for a long time. I just got to stay hydrated. Okay, anyway, I always find it interesting whether it's Target, Walmart, Amazon, what the trending products are. I did a broadcast, I think back in early August. I went over the top selling products on Amazon. And this is what I'm going to do now here is more for fun. But the reason I do that is in the future, not only should you say, okay, I'd like to get my channel monetized, but affiliated marketing, if you get your channel up around 5,000, 10,000 subscribers, that's a great avenue of making money to support your channel. And with Amazon is just one affiliated marketing avenue you can use. I recommend starting out with that. It's about it. More people shop on Amazon than any other website, I believe. Maybe Walmart.com, but I don't even think Walmart comes close. Okay, long story short, the reason I like sometimes looking at trending products on Amazon is, let's say you're not doing, now I do product reviews, but let's say like Victory Ye, he has his channel, he talks basketball, he does gaming. Victory Ye, let's say he has his channel a year from now and it's around like 12,000 subscribers, okay, 10, 12,000 subscribers. If I were Victory Ye, I'd say, hey, okay, merchandise is cool, monetization is cool, but when you reach around that number, here's a great avenue to make money. Is you get an Amazon.com affiliated link. And every time you do a live broadcast or you do a video, Victory Ye, you put it in your description box, and throughout your live broadcast, you tell people, hey, help support my channel. It's real simple. If you shop on Amazon or you buy anything on Amazon from time to time, help support my channel. Click on my Amazon link below my video. Each purchase you make, a percentage of that purchase goes to help my channel. It's the regular Amazon site, different. The prices are all the same. The only difference is your purchase will help out my channel. So if you plan on buying, let's say, a brand new digital camera, use my Amazon link when you spend the 120 bucks, let's say, on a camera. You know, yes, yeah, Victory, yay, if you want to, not on my live broadcast, but I did do a video making money on YouTube. And if you go through that video, you don't have to watch the whole hour, but you go through there and get to the part about affiliated marketing. And I got some really good information how to do with Amazon. Only thing is, I don't recommend running into the affiliate marketing with Amazon, unless you're about 5,000 subscribers or more. But, when you get to that level and after you took care of monetization and doing merchandise, yep, definitely check it out. That is something you want to do. The only thing I recommend doing, one is being ethical, and two is just tell people straight up. Just say, hey, always be honest with them. Say, this is my Amazon link. It goes to Amazon. It's the Amazon website, and I'm putting it out here for you guys to help support my channel. Now, the other thing you could do is you could niche products in Amazon. So like, let's say with my product review, I'm trying to think, the field shovel. I did the field shovel product review. And let's say that thing really takes off and I'm having thousands of views on it. And it's on Amazon, let's say. I got it off eBay. But anyway, I could take that Amazon link for that specific product, that folding pocket chair, and say it's $13.50 on Amazon. If you want to buy it, click my link. Now that's one product, but you could just take the whole Amazon web page and put that link below your video. And every time someone clicks on that Amazon link, you're making a percentage on the sale. I just recommend wait till you build up your subscriber count to do that. Anyway, I got off track a little bit. Let me get to this. I'm just doing this for a fun topic on the show. 40 cult favorite products from Target that hit the bullseye every time. Let me go from number 10 down to 1. Now, I'm not going over all 40 products, but I'm just going to do the top 10 here. Number 10 is the Blue Diamond Almond on the go packs. It's hard to find these packaged nuts anywhere, but Target is why people flock to buy them. So I guess this Blue Diamond almond nuts, these almond nuts in the pack are kind of hard to find, and Target always has them in stock, and they're a big seller there. Number 9, and I'll show you this in a second. I got the 2 on the sheet. Skinny popcorn. It's bagged popcorn is the number 9 favorite product at Target. Cult favorite products at Target. Now I'll move this because it gets a little glare of the light here, everybody. There we go. But yeah, here is the let me get my pen. The Blue Diamond. I guess these little almond nuts are a big seller. Or as they say, a cult favorite. Wonder why my camera. Boy, this is odd. I got plenty of lighting, but it's like, I don't know. I'm going to use my Logic. There we go. See how that wavy line? Something's kind of acting goofy with my old webcam on my computer, but next live broadcast, I'm going to hook up my Logitech. Anyway, let me get rolling and just turn this slightly. Okay, anyway, that's the Blue Diamond. Almond nuts, number 10 seller at Target. And then this, I've seen this before. I've seen some of my coworkers grab this. I guess this popcorn I haven't had. It's skinny popcorn at Target. It's the number 9 favorite product. I go to Targets once in a while, so I'll have to check that out. I'm not too big on these type of peanuts. I love peanuts, but I just love the old the regular planters, in a can, or the bag ones and you crack the shell, are my favorite peanuts I typically have. I'm going to, let me flip this over. After I'm done with this Target story, I'm going to do a roll call for the tribute video. I'm going to put everybody in there. But anyway, let me finish this up. RX Bar Multi-Pack, made with just egg white, dates, and nuts, sell for as much as $3.99 elsewhere. At Target, $1.80 for a single bar or $18 for a 10-pack. RX Bar Multi-Pack. This is some kind of protein nutrition bar. Oh, you eat planters too? Okay, yeah, cool. That's usually my go-to with the peanuts for a snack is the planters. Wow, this damn webcam. Either that or it's my YouTube feed. I don't know. It's going up and down and acting all kind of funny. But let me put this in here. It's kind of white on white. Okay, there you get a good look at it. But yeah, right here, that's the big multi-pack box. This is a big seller at Targets. These are like the protein bars. You know, those, what are those ones? Damn, I'm trying to think of the protein bar. Power bar. Power bar is one, and there's a few others, but these are like protein bars, and I guess they're cheaper, the Target brand ones, and they're a big seller, number 8. RX bar multi-pack. Huh. Haven't seen those before. Get my pen to use this for a pointer. Okay, let me keep it rolling here. All right, number 7, favorite at Target. Milk bar cornflake chocolate chip marshmallow cookie mix. These are cult favorite at the New York-based bakery Milk Bar. So why would they mix any different at Target? Oh, okay. And in number 6, Archer Farms cookie dough ice cream. Archer Farms offers these flavors in slices, but why? Oh, I'm sorry. This thing printed up wrong. That's number 5 I'm reading. Archer Farms cookie dough ice cream, only 340 calories. So number 7 is this Milk Bar cornflake chocolate chip marshmallow cookie mix. And number 6 is the Archer Farms cookie dough ice cream. So let me show you this. And I'll turn it here so you can see good. Okay, so here's the cookie mix. I guess this cookie mix is the number 7 cult favorite, a favorite of people at Targets. And number 6 is this Archer Farms cookie dough ice cream. Cookie dough ice cream. I would think it'd be something like vanilla or chocolate. Yeah, it's all food so far. Yes, Victory. Yeah, yep. Let me flip this over. But the article does say cult favorites, so this doesn't necessarily mean that they're the best sellers at Targets. It says the 40 top cult favorites at Target. So I guess this is from our website that, top 10 favorite items at Target. Anyway, let me keep it moving and grooving. Oh, this is what I was reading. I'm sorry, everybody. Okay, number 5 is, again, Archer Farms Cheesecake Bite Collection. And it says here, I printed it up, but it came on the other page. Archer Farms offers these flavors in slices, but why would you pass up the adorable bite-sized squares? And reviewers on the site agree. Anyway, number 5, Archer Farms Cheesecake Bite Collection. And number 4, Tone It Up Protein Powder. You can only get these powders at Target. The collection launched with 3 flavors, chocolate, vanilla, and coconut, and customers love them much. Another 2 were added recently, peanut butter and cafe something. Anyway, number 4 is Tone It Up Protein Powder, and it comes in different flavors. Number 5, Archer Farms Cheesecake Bite Collection. Let me show you this. Cult favorites at Target. So this is the cheesecake. I mean, this does look good, these things. I've had these type of things before been put out, and this is the protein powder. Kind of similar. I've had, about 5-6 years ago when I got in, I should be working out more often, but I've had muscle milk before, and that vanilla muscle milk tastes pretty good. But anyway, this is a Target brand. Maybe it's a big seller because it's cheaper than the name brands. This protein powder, Tone It Up, and Archer Farms cheesecake bite collection. All right, let me keep it moving. I don't think these are the best sellers at Target. This just cult favorites. Donut toy. That's at Target. I'm going over the website had this article, the 40 top cult favorites at Target. So these are favorite items that shop at Target, but it's not necessarily the top selling items at Target. The cult favorites. So anyway, here we go. Number 3, and I'll show you this in a second, everybody. Number 3 is Good and Gather creamy cashew butter. This is like a peanut butter. Creamy cashew butter. It says cashew butter, so it must be a cashew peanut butter. It says $8. Good finding cashew butter for less than $8 anywhere else. So maybe that's why it's a big seller at Target. And I'll show you the picture here. Number 2, Simply Balanced Ginger Peach Sparkling Water. Huh. Must be a Target brand type bottled water. Let me bring this back. I'm sorry. This is kind of, oh, there we go. I got the glare lights, but this is a cashew peanut butter, basically at Target. This is a cult favorite. And this is some peach sparkling water. But they do have a lot of those like fancy bottled waters. Yeah, yummy. But anyway, these are the number 3 and number 2 cult favorites at Target. There is a lot of just like coffee. And oh my God, there's so many of these different waters, bottled waters and fancy ones. Oh, okay, Lawrence YT, hello. And let me get the number 1 here, and then I'm going to go do a tribute video roll call here. So if you're here, please stick and stay. All right, here we go. The number 1 cult favorite at Target, California Roots Wine. To this, so this must be an exclusive line only found at Target. Let me bring this in sight. This is a picture of it. These are the different wines. Let me try to bring it in closer if it doesn't get too blurry. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that very much. This is the number 1 cult favorite selling item at Target. Now, this is not the number 1 selling item at Target, but cult favorite items at Target. And this is Delish.com, July 10th, 2020, this article was. Let me go grab the article here, the Target one, if anyone's interested in looking at it. And you can look at the 40 cult favorite products from Target. I'll put this here. I'll get this article here in just a second and toss it in the live chat. And then please don't go anywhere right yet, because once I do this, I'm going to start writing down channel names to put in the tribute video I'll do tomorrow afternoon. Or evening, help give you guys some exposure. Okay, let me get this here. Just punch this in. Alrighty. Oh, here we go. I got it. Okay, 1 second, everybody. No Kmart. I'll tell you, I'm glad you asked that question. No, I'll tell you something about that. Real quick, the link is now in the chat. If anyone's interested and they want to take a look at this, I put the website link there. They can, the 40 cult favorite products at Targets. As you bring that up, Victory, yay, Kmart. The Kmart World Headquarters used to be in Troy, Michigan. As a matter of fact, there was a movie, Michael Moore did Columbine, and then he went to Target. He went to the Kmart World Headquarters in Troy, Michigan to ask them to stop selling handgun ammunition or something like that. And it was like 2 or 3 years later, this movie came out in 2002. Kmart's went out of business, or, in chapter 11, but they're bank, from my understanding, they're bankrupt and they're done. Oh, thank you for coming. I'm so glad you're here, because I'm going to do a tribute video. God bless you, sir. Friendly hello. Take care. Okay. Well, hopefully you stick around a little bit here. I'm going to get the tribute video going. But anyway, Victory, yay. The World Headquarters is, gosh, that's a vacant building. It was a really cool building. It's still there. But it's just like you can look through all this glass and see it's all just gutted out inside. It was a shame, because when I was a little kid back like in the late 80s and then going into the 90s, Kmart was a big competitor with, Myers and some of the other stores when I was a kid in the 80s and 90s. It was a great store for general merchandise, and they had some grocery stuff there. And the last time, they feature the World Headquarters, by the way. They might have a video clip on YouTube. Bowling for Columbine, Michael Moore. The one scene in there, he goes to Kmart World Headquarters building there. Is an anti-gun movie he did. But at any rate, Yeah, it was used to be in Troy, Michigan, and they went bankrupt. And there's another great channel I'm going to tell you about real quick, Victory A. If you find that interesting, I think he did a video on it. I believe his channel name is called The Company Man. And all his videos are like really cool, like 15, 20-minute documentaries on businesses that have failed and what happened. Like he did a great video all about AOL, how AOL was so huge at one time, and then what happened to the AOL company and why it went under. You know, same thing with the Sears and the Kmart. Um, Company Man, I believe, is a name there, and he did a really great documentary on Kmart. But yeah, that's what happened with Kmart. I believe it was around the last time I was at Kmart was around like 2007 or 8, and at that time they merged with Sears and they joined forces. And when I went in there, it was just so. Oh, okay. Did you pull it up, The Company Man, already, Victory? Yay! Because if you did, I mean, if you love history and stuff, you're gonna binge watch some of his stuff. You know, I'm not, and I hate to promote the other people's channel on my live, but when there's good content and somebody's doing something great, you know, and it's with the topic, I don't care. I'm going to say, hey, go. But yeah, okay, that's cool. Where was I? Oh, anyway, with Kmart, real quick. I went there in 2007 or 8. So I go in Kmart, and they were merged at the time, the last 3 or 4 years, something like that, with Sears. And it was really weird. I mean, I thought I was walking in some building that was like having a clearance sale, or I was at one of these flea market buildings. And I'm not exaggerating. I walk in and it's to my right, it was like Sears, and they had this one section with the washers and dryers and some tools and crap. And it's, you know, shop at Sears, but it wasn't like the actual true Sears store. It was like a mini Sears store that was in there. And then to the left is the Kmart. And they got like a small little section of clothing. And then they got some electronics and general merchandise towards the back. And they had like this small little grocery section, you know, already like frozen products. I don't know if they had I can't remember if they had the fruit or something. But talk about a dump hole. I can't use the word S-H-I-T. I don't want to say that on my live, but it's a S-H-I-T hole. You know what I'm referring to in Kmart's and Sears. Oh, my Lord. Whatever bonehead marketing and executives with Kmart's and Sears decided to do this. I mean, because the true Kmart experience when I was a little kid that I remember was you walk in the store and they had a big clothing section and lots of general merchandise. And they used to have a store cafe. You could go in the back and I mean, get some chicken wings or a BLT sandwich, you know, a freshly cooked hot dog or hamburger. And they had the soda machine there. So a lot of times you're like, well, we're at Kmart. We got stuff to do. We don't have to stop at McDonald's or Taco Bell. We can eat right here and get burgers and fries and a Coke and sit in the back. And that was Kmart's back like in the 1980s and early 90s. And that's pretty much what I know on Kmart. But the Company Man, as well as if you hit Wikipedia up and you put Kmart, they'll give you a whole rundown of, you know, what happened and when they went wrong. And any rate, let me get a sip of my Red Bull. I am going to now, once I drink my Red Bull, I'm going to start getting some channel names for the tribute video. So stick and stay for a minute, and we'll get into our Chuck E. Cheese topic here. Some news about Chuck E. Cheese. Oh, I gotta get another drink. See, they do this on the news. The only difference is it'll be like, we'll be right back with this commercial. Don't go anywhere. And be like, yeah, grab me a bottle of water and hurry up. When you're on YouTube Live, everything's live, you know. Okay, here we go. You can see I'm really doing it big time now. I got my notepad tribute video. All right, here we go. Life of Naya. She put her in here. Victory, yay. I'll probably be doing this to about 1 a.m. my time, about a little over more an hour. And then I'll check out if you're doing a live after I'm done here, Victory A, I'll come over and hit you up. The Way Forward SG. I'll see if I could pull your channel up. The Way Forward SG, if you're here, give me a thumbs up or just say okay or hello or something like that. Just let me know you're still here. I'll see if I can pull your channel up here. I'll check your channel out if you want to get in there. Lawrence YT, I think is that Lawrence YouTube? I'll get you in the tribute video. Lawrence YouTube, I got 3 people here. Donut Toys and Games. Donut Toys and Games. Thank you for coming. Great YouTube channel. Okay. Who else did I hit in here? Oh, Wary Vlog. I'll put a question mark there if I can pull up your channel, but Wary Vlog, if you're still here, do me a favor. I have that comment section below my live broadcast. Just put in there, hello info spot, or I like your live, or God bless, whatever. Just any type of comment, put it in there, and that way I can link your channel, because I did a channel search and I was pulling up all kinds of Wary Vlog channels. It was tough for me to find your exact channel. And I did give you a blue wrench, but I didn't get back. I didn't hear back from you. Kicking It with Lynn. Okay. Kicking It with Lynn. You will be in the tribute video. Kicking It with Lynn. Unified Gaming. Yes. If you're still here, I know you said you had to go to bed. It was real late because you're over in the United Kingdom. Appreciate you coming. Got my little scratch pad here, so I'm just writing everything down for the tribute video. Oh, okay. This is a new channel that started out here. KYNDANG KWAH exclamation point. Okay. I appreciate you coming. I'm going to grab you and put you in the tribute video. So anyone else who comes into, I'll toss them in that tribute video. See, another thing I do too, real quick, and then I'll get on to the next topic here about Chuck E. Cheese as well. So if you don't catch my live, I usually try to wait towards the afternoon or the evening the next day, because anyone that puts a comment in like, hey, I'm enjoying your live or watched your live, or yeah, I like that topic, the Chuck E. Cheese story you talked about, anything like that, I'm going to toss you in the tribute video as well. So keep that in mind. Anyway, let me type something in. I haven't typed one thing in the chat other than some channel drop links. Hello, everybody. Victory Yay. I don't think I gave Victory Yay a channel drop here yet. Okay, let me pull up your channel and give you a channel drop here, Victory Yay. Okay, 1 second. Again, if anybody here isn't connected with Victory Yay, his channel is a lot on NBA. You got it. NBA basketball, college basketball, fun games to watch. He plays, as well as it's not just the game, and he's talking about the game, but Victory A talks about past players, current players, the playoffs in the NBA. You got it, Victory A. He'll talk about the drafts coming up. Let's say that you're in Houston, or let's say you're a New York Knicks fan. You ask him something, he'll tell you, man, a great spot for basketball. Forget Sports Center when it comes to basketball. Go to Victory A. All right, and I got my Bears jersey on. They beat the Lions last week. I'm gonna be rooting for my Chicago Bears tomorrow. Okay, let me get it. Sip my Red Bull. This is interesting. Chuck E. Cheese asked to purchase 7 billion tickets they need to destroy. Okay, here we go. Pizzeria, but I also call it like a gaming place. Chuck E. Cheese. Okay, let me read the story. Pizzeria chain Chuck E. Cheese is asking a court for permission to purchase and destroy 7 billion prize tickets produced for its game machines. The 612 location restaurant chain, which declared bankruptcy in June, said the tickets were printed prior to the bankruptcy filing, but the suppliers hadn't been paid and the tickets had yet to be delivered. Oh, I respect your team, but Green Bay. Oh, Green Bay fan. Okay, no problem. That's cool. Yeah, we're both NFC North. All right, cool, cool. Got my Cleo Mac jersey on. Thank you for coming. I'll put you in the tribute video. All right, let me finish this up here real quick on the topic here. Chuck E. Cheese here. Some major problems. They're going. They filed bankruptcy, and then there's a big issue going on now. Where is it? Yeah. Oh, Chuck E. Cheese is asking the court's permission to spend $2.3 million to purchase and destroy the 7 billion tickets, which are worth about $9 million in prizes. Officials said the game machines were being converted to e-ticket model even before the COVID-19 pandemic and a bid to reduce wait times. The company's court filing said $2.3 million to buy and destroy the tickets is a cost which is far lower than the cost to the company should these prize tickets be circulated to the general public and presented for redemption. The bankruptcy court judge, Marvin Escalar, I guess this is the bankruptcy judge, has scheduled a virtual hearing for September 21st, that's in 2 days, to discuss the prize ticket purchase and other issues. And this is the picture I printed up on it. That's from the UPI website, United Press International. It's a little bit faded because I didn't use like photo paper, just regular paper, the Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, yeah, they have them in Michigan. I've been to them a few times, even in the late 1980s. When I was a kid, the Chuck E. Cheese, and it's sad that they've had to file this bankruptcy, but it's really tough with this COVID, and I don't know, that's something that a lot of states, some of these places, if there's any places like Chuck E. Cheese that they would allow to be open yet, because that's the thing where the little kids just go berserk. They're running all around the I don't want to say store, but the place. Yeah, the pizza's okay. I mean, it's not like cheap pizza like Little Caesars, but it's not like great pizza like Jets or some of these other franchises like Pizza Hut. But it's a fairly decent pizza. They sold the food fairly cheap there because they make their money on these games, and the kids get the tickets and the prizes. But anyway, yeah, Chuck E. Cheese was like their whole thing is the tickets. They have all these games for the kids to play. They have a few adult games that are like pinball machines and some of those virtual ride games. And then they got the basketball one. You toss the ball up, and if you get it in the basket and so many times in like 2 minutes, you can earn so many tickets. And then you take all these freaking tickets and you put them in the machine, and the machine prints out like a little slip, and it'll say like 2,100 ticket points, and you take it up to the little counter, and the guy or the gal's there, and then like, here's all your prizes. And if you want the big teddy bear, you got to get like 25,000 ticket points for the teddy bear, the big teddy bear. And it's kind of similar to like some of those carnivals and circuses, how they do that deal. Go spend $25 and we'll give you $2 worth of crap for it. There was an old movie, makes me think real quick, of Chuck E. Cheese. I don't know if anybody's seen it, called The Jerk with Steve Martin. It's old classic comedy. And one scene in the movie, he gets a job at this carnival, this circus. So they put him in one of these tents where they have like the water gun. I think it is. Or no, the people, yeah, they have the gun and they shoot something with a water gun, or it's a regular BB gun. And the guy goes, "Yeah, I shot 11 targets out of 12. What do I get?" And he goes, "You right here." He's the guy's kind of mentally challenged in the movie. Steve Martin goes, "Right here," and he's drawing a small circle, and he's like, "You can get these little pens and the pencils. You can get the little squeaker toy." And they're like, well, the guy goes, "How do I get that big teddy bear up there for my kid?" "Oh, you got to hit 99 targets out of 100, or you got to." The guy walks away. But yeah, that's kind of like how Chuck E. Cheese was. Yeah, it is an iconic children's hangout. But you know, the whole thing of it was Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, the kids, if your kids had fun for the day, man, that's what counts, you know? So you spend a little money, make them happy, take them out for a birthday, or, a get together with the kids. But it was all about them playing all these games and having a fun time. Anyway, supposedly what happened with this, just like I read, they already set up, it's probably a contract to get these 7 billion prize tickets. And they filed bankruptcy in June. So now they can't use this stuff. So they're asking a court, since they already filed the bankruptcy and these tickets are on the way, hey, we'll agree to pay the amount of 2.3 million, because we're going to be on the hook for $9 million that they would stand to lose. So anyway, let me see. Hold on. I dropped the paper. I got it. I'm going to read this here because it's pretty hard to read. Let me bring this right here. I'm going to read this here. This was part of the news story. Restaurant chain Chuck E. Cheese, which filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in June, is asking for court's permission to spend $2.3 million purchasing and destroying 7 billion arcade machine prize tickets ordered from the supplier before the bankruptcy filing. So we'll see. They'll probably usually it'll be one of those, what do they call, like a settlement arbitration deal, that the court will allow, and they got to pay so much money. So, but yeah, let me put this here. Oh, you know what? Let me grab that news story. I'll toss it in here if anyone's interested, or anyone who's watching this live and they're listening to me. I'll grab the news story here, put it in the chat window. So give me just a second here. Okay. News. All right, UPI. Get to the Chuck E. Cheese news story. Oh, here we go. Okay, 1 second, everybody. Copy. Boom. Okay, that's a Chuck E. Cheese story. So anyone watching this live, a later date, and you're interested in it, in the chat, I got the link. Oh, that's what I have to do. Tribute video. Embarrassing everyday realities. Let me toss you in. Every day. I'm going to put you in the tribute video. It'll help out your channel, some exposure. I'll do that tomorrow afternoon or evening for people who come on my live. And all right. Lities. Embarrassing everyday realities. If you're still here, if you could do me a small favor, because I don't know if I have you on my friends list. Below my live, there's the comment section or comment box. After the live or during the live, just drop a comment. You could say, hey, your live's okay, but it's not as good as Victory Yay. I don't care what you say. You could say something funny, just so this way I can link directly to your channel. I do appreciate you being here, and I hope you stick around for a little while longer. I got some other stuff to talk about, but I'm going to put you in the tribute video. Just a small token of my way of saying thank you for everybody coming here. I had to get something to drink because I'm going to get into the story. It's going to go a little while. Okay, next up, the U.S. Navy SEAL mission that went horribly wrong. Now, everybody I'm sure knows about the U.S. Navy SEALs. You've probably seen that great documentary is made about, gosh, almost 20 years ago, showing the Bud School, Basic Underwater Demolition School. That's referred to where the SEAL candidates go through this, and there's a Hell Week. But anyway, the SEALs are the main people that got Osama bin Laden. Them, and there was a few U.S. Army Delta Force operators that were with them. Anyway, this is a mission a lot of people don't know about, and I got this right here. I know about the whole thing, what happened, but I'm going to read a lot of it. Let me just turn this. The Navy SEAL Museum. This has already been declassified, this mission, and what happened and what went wrong. So this happened in, let me double check. It was December of 1989 or... yeah, December 1989. Anyway, there was Operation Just Cause. There was a leader when Bush was president, old man Bush, from 88 to 92. At any rate, there was a former leader, Manuel Noriega. And Manuel Noriega, he was into trafficking a lot of narcotics through his country. And as well, he had a military militia / law enforcement group, and I forget the term they had it, but they were attacking and a lot of the U.S. military members when they were off their base there, as well as he was threatening that Panama Canal, which Panama Canal is very, very crucial to North and South America for commerce and travel. Shortcutting through the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean. So, George Bush had enough, and there was something he did, President George Bush. At any rate, he deemed Manuel Noriega a criminal. So, anyway, there was a couple attacks on the U.S. military members, and they had enough. So President Bush got the paperwork signed, and he decided he's going into Panama, and they're grabbing Manuel Noriega, and they're going to oust him and his ragtag government. There was also some type of election or something that happened before, and it was a lot of crooked stuff that went on, and he basically became a big-time dictator. But a lot of it really, truly centers around that Panama Canal, and I believe it is the property of Panama now. The U.S. built it. It was mostly the United States that built that canal, and they had it, I think, till the late 90s or 2001 or 99. Anyway, so President Bush decides, I'm going into Panama, and this is December 1999, and we're grabbing Manuel Noriega, and we're going to secure the Panama Canal so it's safe for everybody to do commerce and travel through. And it was deemed Operation Just Cause. He felt it was a just cause. So the Navy SEALs had two missions with this Operation Just Cause in Panama. One was to blow up a major boat, which I'll get into in a second, and they carried that mission off to a T. They went underwater, just like you see in the schooling, the U.S. Navy SEALs, with all their gear, and they swam. And they had like these, it's basically similar to a Claymore mine, but it works underwater, a bomb, and it's set on a timer. So a team of Navy SEALs come into this boat dock, and they go quite a ways underwater so they don't get seen before they get near the boat dock marina area. And it was a major boat that they were afraid Manuel Noriega was going to try to escape on to some of his top level people. So the SEALs swam underwater to this boat and set these timer bombs. Let me say it slowly. These timer bombs under this boat. And then they swam back for a good mile or so, and it was really shallow water. I think it was only like 10 feet deep or so, where this, or maybe 15 feet where this canal is. It's like it was a marina. Now their other mission was this, and I'll read the story, and then I'll give you more detail on it and what went wrong and how horribly wrong. Was they were deemed going into the air base, what I want to say, it was a civilian airport as well as a military air base, in Panama City. So they got two groups of SEALs. SEALs work as a team. And they said, hey, we're going to take you. I think they were like about a mile or 2 miles away in the water. And the water was right up against the back end of this airport air base in Panama. And the SEALs mission was to come in on the rafts. Okay, two of them undetected, two teams undetected. And they needed to get into a couple of hangars, and they were to disable the planes, shoot out the tires. They were going to set up, I believe if they were on the airfield, they were going to set up a bomb. And if it was in the air hangars, they were going to disable them and go in there. And if they expected, hey, if they have some armed security around this air base, we'll either terminate them, meaning kill them, or we'll come in and, detain them where they'll, tie them up and whatnot. But we're going to disable these airplanes that Manuel Noriega might get away on, whether they're on the airstrip or in these air hangars. And they expected light security, not too many military or police around there. And they said, we'll come in, we'll surprise them. Boom, we'll get this done. But they had a lot of open area to go. So it's kind of hard to get the art of surprise and do that. Well, a couple things came down for this mission was they could only shoot if they were fired upon. So it's not like they were in a war zone like in Afghanistan, let's say, and they say, go in there, we want you to blow up such and such, and anybody you perceive as a threat, take them out. They weren't allowed to do that with this mission unless they were fired upon. And the other part that went wrong with this is just before they got to the air base, the airfield, fighting already started breaking out with some of the troops in Panama City. So word got out the U.S. was doing the invasion, and Operation Just Cause kicked off. Well, this took out the element of surprise. So the law enforcement protecting this air hangar, as well as the Panamanian military, they're wise to it. They say, hey, we're under attack right now. So what do? They beefed up the security with their military personnel, as well as like the police or the security guards, armed security people around the air hangar, because they were expecting a full onslaught of the U.S. military coming in there. But the Navy SEALs were going to make sure that they go by surprise and disable these planes first. And this is just before these rafts land. And then they get in there, and as soon as they get near this hangar, they start drawing fire. And the first team, I think it was 6 or 8 SEALs, come in there, and they were spotted because now they were alert to possible military coming in or special forces. And they saw them, both teams coming in that airfield. And what happened was, I think there was close to 100 armed personnel, Panamanian personnel, going against, it was like 12 or 16 U.S. Navy SEALs. And then I'd make matters worse, there's no cover, there's no trees, there's no hill, it's just open cement and a few airplanes, parked outside this hangar. So as they get close to this hangar, these team of Navy SEALs, all of a sudden they start get fired upon. So then the SEALs get down to the prone position. That's basically, let's say this is the cement, the airplanes are in that hangar. They lay down on that cement, boom. I'll try to simulate it. So they put their M16, their rifle, right in the butt of their shoulder. Pop, pop, pop. Some had their handguns. So they returned fire. Now, here's where the U.S. Navy SEALs have an advantage over these Panamanian military personnel and the police protecting the hangar. Training. These U.S. Navy SEALs were very sharp shooters. So as the minute they were able to get a shot, as they were getting fired upon, they started knocking off these Panamanian armed personnel. Boom, 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 boom. And I'll get into the specifics here. I'll read the story in a minute, and that's not too long. So anyway, they take out some of these Panamanian military personnel, as well as, some of the security around this airport hangar, the U.S. Navy SEALs do. But it was the first team, I think it was 6 or 8 that drew fire. 2 or 3 of them got critically wounded, and some died. So the other group of, yes, very interesting story. I'll put the documentary in the live chat because I can't do it enough justice talking about it. Believe me, you're going to like this documentary. It's about a half hour. Scott Glenn narrates it. The actor was in Backdraft. So anyway, just finishing this up. So the other team of Navy SEALs hear this firing going on. Pop, 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 bang, 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 bang. You know, they're going back and forth. So keep in mind, they don't have this is a special classified operation. There's not a team of U.S. Army Rangers waiting to come in there. And two, they didn't have, I think one of them had an AT-4, which is basically the bazooka, but they didn't have some of these stuff that in normal combat, they can, loaded with hand grenades and toss a few hand grenades and blow up the freaking hangar. They had small arms fire. Their job was to come in by surprise and take out two of these planes to keep Manuel Noriega from using it. Well, things went wrong, horribly wrong. So getting back to the story, the group of 6 or 8 Navy SEALs are on the cement, and they're exchanging gunfire with this Panamanian soldiers. Bang, 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 bang. Back and forth. And 3 Navy SEALs got hurt and injured real bad, but they were taking out these Panamanian soldiers, but they kept coming and coming and coming. So the other team, which was the only support they had at that time, they come running in, and the only option they had was to jump in front of some of these critically wounded SEALs right in front of them and take fire themselves. There's no cover. Like I said, it was an airstrip. So all they could do is go face to face with these Panamanian soldiers and the armed security that were there. And as soon as they pop out, man, just bang, 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 bang. But it's kind of like, like a Call of Duty video game, but this is life and death. Call of Duty video game, you're not sitting there playing this thing in your Nintendo and say, oh, shoot, here comes a 9mm round. Whoa, almost hit me. So that's basically what happened. And they ended up killing a slew. I say a slew because I forget the exact number. It was 50 or 60 of these Panamanian soldiers until they got inside the hangar and they disabled that airplane or blew it up. It was. And I'll get that documentary and I'll put it in the chat here if it's something you find interesting you'd like to watch. But let me read this. This is from the Navy SEAL Museum on the story from Operation Just Cause, where they really got in trouble. Okay, here we go. It's not that long, just 2 pages. And then I got a picture of the airplane here. Operation Just Cause, Navy SEALs in Panama. On the night of December 19th, 1989, United States invaded Panama. During the invasion, the U.S. Navy SEALs were tasked with 2 missions: disable a boat in which President General Manuel Noriega might use to escape. 2, disable Noriega's Learjet at the Panamanian airfield to also prevent him from escaping. The boat attack went well. It was indeed disabled in typical SEAL fashion. And then it says, next up. The airfield raid succeed. However, was sadly 4 SEALs were killed and 8 seriously wounded. So 4 U.S. Navy SEAls were killed during this special operation that disabled these planes of Manuel Noriega, and 8 were critically wounded. As part of Operation Just Cause, the 3 SEAL platoons were deployed on a mission to deny the use of Panama's airfield to General Noriega, a key Panamanian Defense Force personnel. Oh, and key Panamanian Defense Force personnel. That's what his police/military was called at that time, the PDF, which was the Panamanian Defense Force. But they were mostly ragtag military that, he used to. Anyway, the SEALs were assigned to disable General Noriega's personal Learjet and other selected aircraft and hold the airfield until relieved by conventional forces. That means like a group of U.S. Army Rangers, where we're talking 200 U.S. Army Rangers that would secure that airfield, or let's say an infantry group of U.S. Army coming in. Okay, the platoons continued with the possible speed to reach the PDF hangars on the northwestern side of the runway. At that point, the SEALs had determined General Noriega's jet had been moved into one of the hangars. The two squadrons took up positions within 100 feet of the hangar when they received several long bursts of fire. That means when they were fired upon, small arms fire. The initial volley, that's the initial gunfire fight, 8 of the 9 SEALs were wounded. House guards across the airfield also began to fire upon the position. So those are the security guards outside the hangar were firing on them. So here's the Navy SEALs, let's say like right here where my fist is, and here's the hangar. So they're in a firefight with these Panamanian soldiers in the hangar, but over here and over here they got these Panamanian armed personnel because word got out that there's U.S. is already invading. So they're taking fire from 3 sides. Anyway, let me finish reading it. The 2 squadrons took up position within 100 feet of the hangar. I'm sorry. Where am I here? Okay. The house guard across the field began to fire upon their position, putting them in deadly crossfire. Several SEALs were now dead, and those that weren't were having a hard time dealing with the wounds and getting out of the heavy man pocket, the heavy man equipment. Anyway, I'll find out what that is in a minute. I think that's more like some of they had that one AT-4, which is basically like a bazooka thing. Anyway, SEAL Don McFaul, Faul, anyway, came to realize that the men from one squadron were not responding to orders and were, in fact, all laying wounded and exposed in their positions, most barely able to operate their weapons. So these SEALs were barely able to, use their small arm, their guns, their weapons. They were just being fired upon, and a lot of them getting wounded. McPhail immediately responded to help numerous wounded. As he urgently began pulling fellow SEALs to safety, he was himself hit and mortally wounded by enemy gunfire. Says automatic weapons fire, but enemy gunfire. Surviving SEALs began dragging casualties away, several becoming casualties themselves in the process. An order was given for the Learjet to be taken out by rocket. That means like the AT-4 bazooka, which hit the aircraft clearly, destroying any chance of it being used for an escape. During the intense gunfight, Don McFaul, it's not fail, MCFAUL, anyway, that's the SEAL here, intentionally laid himself across a teammate to protect him and was recognized by the Ward of the Navy Cross and Purple Heart medals. So what they're saying is, and I'll show you the picture of this jet where this AT-4 came in and blew it up. His fellow Navy SEALs were shot and wounded. The only way to protect him, he laid right in front of them, laid right down in front of them, and a mano a mano exchanging gunfire. Let me show you this picture here, and I'll get that documentary posted for you too. I'll try to rotate it because the glare of the light. There we go. But this was Emmanuel Noriega's jet. That's where the AT-4, I believe, came in the side here because the top part is just looks like some small arms fire, and this is a big ass hole. But that's that bazooka type rocket. When I was in the military, we had to learn how to use it, and it's a one-shot deal, and it pulls out, and then you just flip the flap, and there's a big red button. You just say back blast area all clear, and you could take a tank out with this thing, any type of a huge semi-rig truck, even a jet or a plane, no problem. But this is from the Navy SEAL Museum. Let me just flip it. I'm sorry, this glare. There you go. You can see. Looking back, and I'll put the documentary here in a second for you guys. I believe it's on YouTube. Scott Glenn narrates it real good. Was the mistake that was made was the first crucial mistake was their element of surprise was gone. That the skirmish was already breaking out in Panamanian City. So all the military there at the hangar, they were put on high alert, as well as the security. Hey, we got U.S. troops around here. It won't be long before they invade this airfield. Everybody take up your guns and defend this, the airfield strip. So a team of 16, I believe it was 16 or 20 some Navy SEALs, it's going to be tough for them to take out, oh gosh, 100 some of them soldiers. And then they weren't allowed to come in and set up like Claymore mines, or just come in, with a bunch of AT-4s and blow up parts of the hangar. They could only fire upon these people if they were fired upon themselves. There was rules of engagement that were enacted. And then they were so exposed on an open airfield. So it's just like a number of things went wrong for that SEAL group. Let me come in here. I'm going to pull up this documentary if you're interested, and put it in my chat. Give me 1 second. Here you go, SEALs. And Scott Glenn narrates it. Yeah, here it is. Okay, give me 1 second here. All righty. Copy. Okay, here we go. Boom. Okay, so it's in my chat. And I will put this in my well, actually, I don't need to toss it in my description. If someone's watching this live, a day or two from now, and you're interested in it, it's right in my live chat. And if you can't get it, just let me know, and I'll hook you up with the documentary. One other good interesting story with the Navy SEALs, a mission, a couple of them I'll talk about here. Finish my Red Bull. Anyway, there was another mission, gosh, I think it was in 92, 93-ish. They were went into Somalia. This was kind of funny. Anyway, Somalia, I won't get into the whole thing in Black Hawk Down and all that, but it started out in Somalia around, I think it was 92, 93, 92. Anyway, started out as a humanitarian effort. The International Red Cross came in, United Way, NATO. All these people were starving and dying over in Somalia. So, and that's just on the backdrop of this USA for Africa. Remember the song and the push to get food and medical supplies and save all these lives over in Africa. So what ended up happening was there was a couple groups, militia groups, and then they had what was deemed the warlords, the Lord. This means that the head boss of these groups. Anyway, they were stealing all these supplies that were being donated by the Red Cross and everyone else, as well as some of these Red Cross groups would go out often to the countryside and the villages and distribute vitamin E and C and rice and water, stuff to keep people alive in a humanitarian effort. And they would be robbed, like literally at gunpoint, and everything was stolen. The hangars they had, everything was being yanked out of there. So President Bill Clinton at the time said, enough's enough. I'm bringing the military in here. I'm going to provide the security for all this humanitarian aid and see it safely gets the people. We're not going to have a couple ragtag militia groups, doing this. So the first group of military personnel that came into Somalia were the SEALs. But the news already got word that it's a matter of time. President Bill Clinton, and I can't remember, it was Margaret Thatcher or Tony Blair of the UK back in 92, 93. Anyway, that the U.S. and United Kingdom were sending troops into Somalia to protect all this international humanitarian aid. So they were expecting them. So the first group to come in were Navy SEALs. Well, they come in the water. They get out of the water, start walking up the coast. And here's a whole slew of people with video cameras and regular cameras taking pictures and shoot video. The Navy SEALs are here. The military's coming. And the SEALs are coming out, and then they got their guns. They came in again on teams, in rafts, and then they swam into the shore to secure the area where they were going to start landing the Marines. And anyway, here they are with their guns, and they're surrounded by a bunch of people with cameras and that, because it was big news. So the secret mission wasn't so secret. They get out of the water, and everybody's here with video cameras and other cameras. One other good mission the Navy SEALs did, I'll tell you about. I got to get another drink of let me get my Snapple here. The Persian Gulf War, that was 1990, 91. This is before Somalia. That was basically Saddam Hussein, the former leader of Iraq, came in and took over Kuwait, attacked a sovereign nation because he was in debt to Kuwait, and he was told by President Bush, this happened under his administration too, get your troops and your people and get them out of Kuwait. If you don't, we're coming in by force. So anyway, they went back and forth, and then President Bush built up this huge coalition. We had Syria, France, England. These are military troops all on our side with this coalition. Long story short, the first month or so of this, the Gulf War, as it's referred to, was just total air campaign. And then after the first month or so, it was only like a week, I believe, was the ground campaign. And this was so famous because they were coming out with white flags surrendering the Iraqi soldiers that were in Kuwait and southern Iraq. And there was actually a couple of tank battles. It wasn't much of a battle. I talked about the Battle of Kafshi, but that's another story. But anyway, with this operation that the U.S. Navy SEALs did, what they did, the night, hours before, or a day before I think it was hours before the ground campaign started, and the U.S. Marines went into Kuwait, and then the U.S. Army were designated with securing the southern part of Iraq. So Saddam Hussein and his troops, they were expecting the invasion to come in off the shore, the coastline shore, into Kuwait. But they said it was General Norman Schwarzkopf, I'm saying his name correctly, I might not, and Coleman Powell were doing this. And they decided the best course of action is run a covert operation and run a disguise, and let's fool them and make them think that we're coming in on the shores of Kuwait, and we'll divert the troops and the military personnel, a lot of them, to the shores of Kuwait. Let's make them think this is where we're coming in, and we're not. So they had a two-prong operation. They sent in a couple teams of U.S. Navy SEALs, again, on their ass, and they came in about 2 miles offshore. They get in the water. They swim underwater to the shore here in Kuwait. And when they get out of the water, they have their Claymore mines, and they set up, again, on timers. I don't know if it was like 12 or 14 of these Claymore mines. They were scattered it out along the coast. And so these Navy SEALs swim in underwater for 2 miles, set up these Claymore mines. They have them on timers. They swim back into the water 2 miles at the rendezvous point, get in these rafts and leave. And after that, it was about maybe another half hour or so, these Claymore mines go off. Boom, 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 boom. You know, so what's that do? The military personnel, the Iraqi National Guard, they're like, oh my God, they're coming in. It's invasion. They're going to come in on the coast. They divert their forces and troops to the coast. And this was also interesting too. This was the last war that the United States used the battleships. And the two battleships were decommissioned before the Persian Gulf War of 1990-91. And what they did is they had to bring U.S. Navy personnel out of retirement and offer them money and some bonuses for coming on and doing like a short enlistment to hurry up and train other Navy personnel for these battleships. So they got, I think it was USS Missouri and USS New Jersey were the two main battleships. There might have been a third one, but I know those two were there. And what their operation was this covert decoy operation. After the Claymore mines went off on the shore to fool the Iraqi troops, and when the SEALs were safely away, is the battleships opened fire. And in these turrets, they call them the turrets on the battleships, when they fire off them shells, they go like 23, I think it's 23 or 24 miles. So they came in close to shore, you know, about 15 miles or so. And once they got the all clear and those Claymore mines went off, they just started shelling like crazy. And it's on YouTube, just boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. I mean, when one of these things go off in a battleship, it's so cool to watch. The whole boat rocks. You know, it's just the force of these huge shells. They had one guy, these powder kegs. It's like two huge powder kegs. They ram in that turret, and then they put that or the shell in there, and then they have 2 or 3 things of powder kegs. They look like 5-gallon buckets of gunpowder. Oh, thanks, Victory A. So they tighten up the turret, where the guns go off. Kaboom, kaboom. So the U.S. Navy just kept firing from these 2 battleships, I believe, for a good hour or so. And along with some of the destroyers sent in some missiles, like Tomahawk-type missiles, and they landed near the shore. And it was all to fool the Iraqi National Guard and divert their forces and people to the coast. But in reality, what was happening was the U.S. Marines were crossing over that border, the Saudi-Kuwait border, and coming in Kuwait that way, So that was a really cool mission that the U.S. Navy SEALs pulled off, and it was a success. And it was also interesting. You can you can go on Wikipedia and look up USS New Jersey and USS Missouri. And those were the last official war, that the United States was involved in, where the U.S. Navy used the battleships. The battleships are so iconic, but they became obsolete and what they can do, with the technology, with the missiles and everything that a destroyer ship can do, So anyway, those are a couple other Navy SEAL missions I knew about, but a lot of people didn't know about this Navy SEAL mission that went horribly wrong during Operation Just Cause. And then I got the link. I put it in the chat here, and Scott Glenn narrates it. Let me see. I think it's a half-hour documentary. Some commercial ad here. Hold on. Playoffs are here. Okay, give me 1 second. It's got an ad here, so I got to wait to this. Okay. God, another ad. All right, hold on. I'll skip this ad here. I just want to see how long this documentary is. Oh, okay. The documentary is 47 minutes, but you could watch it and go through it if you're interested in the Navy SEAL story there. What do I got? I got a few more things here to talk about. Oh, this is something cool to talk about. Class ring lost while water skiing returned 49 years later. How cool is that? Let me get a sip of my Snapple here. Okay. Here we go. Class ring lost while water skiing returned 49 years later. Again, this one is from United Press International. I love going to their website because it's like you go to, like, say, Washington Post, New York Post, CNN, Fox News. It's like Trump and Biden and presidential politics, and then the COVID-19 stuff. And it's like, oh my Lord. So I want to talk about different news things as well as topics and take a break from all of that. But the UPI has just got some cool stuff on their website, the Chuck E. Cheese story. And anyway, all right, let me read this. This is pretty cool here. This is a great story, make it feel good story. A New York State man who lost his class ring while water skiing was reunited with his lost item 49 years later. The Sullivan County Sheriff's Office said James Newman lost his Washingtonville High School class ring of 1970 and 1971 while he was water skiing with friends at Swingin' Bridge Lake in the state of New York. Swingin' Bridge marina owner and his son found the ring in muck more than a decade later when the reservoir was being drained by the Orange and Rockland Utilities Company. The lake was drained again between 2005 and 7. So I'm not sure. I don't know if it's like the whole lake was drained, maybe part of the lake doing some work around the shore or something. Anyway, the ring they turned the ring over to the Sullivan County Sheriff, who said his office got a printout of the Washingtonville High School's class of 1970. Yeah, it is. This gets kind of interesting too, Victory A, how they got this ring back to the original owner of it. And when it was found, I believe it was around 2005 or 7 here, they didn't know right away who was the owner, but I'm going to get to that part, how they found out who the owner was and return him this class ring from 1970. Where am I here? Yeah, so he said the office, got a printout. Okay, here we go. They hand the ring over to the Sullivan County Sheriff, who said the office got a printout of Washingtonville High School's class of 1970, but deputies were unable to find a definite match with the ring's description. The ring was left in the evidence locker until this year, when deputies looking into the cold case amid the COVID-19 pandemic. So while this COVID-19 pandemic was coming, one of the things they started doing was going over some cold cases that had a good chance of being resolved and solved. So anyway, the sheriff enlisted the help of a sheriff's detective, Sergeant Jason Gore, a member of the FBI Safe Streets Task Force. Say that 5 times. FBI Safe Streets Task Force, who used a new database to narrow down a list of potential ring owners to a single name, James Newman, who now lives in Atlanta, Georgia. Mr. Newman was shocked when he got the call. He had totally forgotten about the ring and couldn't believe it was found. Newman was reunited with the ring in time for his 50th high school reunion. How cool is that? And lastly, a graduation ring has great sentimental value. It was gratifying to be able to return it to the owner after all these years, the sheriff said. And then let me show you a picture of this. Oh, Servant David, thank you for coming. Thank you for the thumbs up. I'm going to grab you in a second and put you in for the tribute video. This is the ring here. I'll rotate it because it gets a little bit of my lights glare. But right here, this is a 1970 high school class ring, and it was found just in time for his 50th class reunion. Right there. But anyway, Servant David, I don't know if you were here hearing me about the first part of the story. But anyway, yeah, this guy went water skiing in 1971, lost his class ring, and then found that many years later. And ironically, it was found just in time for him to attend his high school reunion. You know, so how cool is that, man? That's awesome. Servant David, and before I get to my next story, I got a few stories here. Oh, this is going to be another good one here, man. We're having good news tonight. Turn off the Fox News, turn off the CNN. Stay tuned for the late night show. We're going to be talking some good positive news here. I'll get into this in a minute. The amazing story of Dara Torres, Olympian gold medalist. What do I got here? I got to change out my little battery for my portable light. Oh, Servant David, let me get you in the list here for the tribute video. Thank you for coming, my friend. Yeah, it is awesome. Yeah, that is awesome, man. You know, that's one of those things that somebody could probably give you and say, hey, here's $200,000. And that's money that could do a lot for you. But it's like, do you really put a price on certain things like a wedding ring or that high school graduation ring, you know? So that's just cool. Give me 1 second. I'm going to just change out the battery here on my light. It's getting a little dim. I got a portable light that uses a battery. Okay. There we go. Oops, I gotta put that downward. Okay, I'm coming right back. Thank you, everybody, for waiting. I have a portable light, and I've Victory Ace. I've heard me mention this, and I think you too, David. It's got its benefits. The only bad drawback is the battery's good for about an hour and 15 minutes or so. So I got to change it out when I use that in my broadcast. But what's so nice about it, I could put that thing up high. It's LED and then angle it. Yeah, guys, turn off the Walton cookies. Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Servant David. Yeah. Okay, let me get a drink, and I'm going to talk about this because this is something worth hearing about. A lot of people don't know about this because, like I say, what Dara Torres did and just something truly, truly amazing happened the same time Michael Phelps came on the scene. So not taking anything away from Michael Phelps, arguably one of the best swimmers ever, but it's sad that something of greatness also came about and it was just overshadowed. You know, and I remember listening to the sports radio when this Olympics this is in 2008. Okay, here we go. Okay, this is the story about, and I'm just going to go over it briefly, of Dara Torres and what was so amazing about her. Anyway, real quick first, this is her picture from the 2008 Olympics winning a silver medal at 41 years old. That's insane, competing against 18, 19-year-old people at that age. Okay, here we go. Dara Torres was born April 15, 1967, an American former competitive swimmer who is a 12-time Olympic medalist and former world record holder in 3 events. Torres is the first swimmer to represent the United States in 5 Olympic Games. That's the Summer Games: 1984, 1988, 1992, the year 2000, and the year 2008, when she decided to make another surge and try to come back. Now, think about this for a minute before I finish the story. Do you realize how incredible that is in itself? I don't care even if a swimmer medaled or not medaled. We're talking about somebody who competed in the 1984 Olympic Games and then made the Olympic team swimming again in the year 2008 at 41 years old. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. And we're talking swimming is similar to track. In general, most swimmers, when they start hitting 27, 28 years old, they're done. They are done. Yeah, very inspirational. I'll get into a few other points, but I say this because I have a background in swimming. Swimming it's about time. It's not points in that. It's just like track. It's like track. It's time. And it's very, very hard. Why I say this with a little bit of enthusiasm here, a little passion, I should say, is when you have, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22-year-old people make an Olympic team, in general, their muscle mass and what they're able to do, how their cardiovascular, it's very, very tough when you hit your later 20s and 30s to compete against that, let alone 41 years old. This is all time. Okay, so any rate, let me finish this up here, and then I'll tell you about what she did to make the team. Okay, and at age 41, the oldest swimmer to earn a place on the U.S. Olympic team. At the 2008 Summer Olympics, she competed in the 50-meter freestyle, 4x100-meter freestyle, and the 4x100-meter freestyle relay. Won silver in all 3 events. Torres has won 12 Olympic medals, one of 3 women with the most Olympic women's swimming medals. The other one I know, Jenny Thompson, this other Natalie Colin or something, I think I heard of her. But anyway, what's so crazy about this, the 50-meter freestyle, that's called they nicknamed it the Dash for Cash. You only breathe once. It's from one side of the pool to other. And that race comes down to, I'll get to that in 1 second, my favorite swimmer. That gets down to, tenths and hundredths of a second. Usually the 50-meter freestyle is determined literally by tenths and hundredths of a second. You got 4 or 5 people, when they come in on their final stroke and there's a touch pad, it's like a pad that's on the wall where the water is, and I'll put it here. And so they come in their stroke and they hit this. Usually it's a minimum, about 4. There's a field of, I think 8 swimmers in the main event for the medal, but the 3 or 4 would be in the middle pool. When they touch, the only difference is tenths and hundredths of a second, because it's that fast a race. The swimmers on average only breathe once and going from one end of the pool to the other. And she competed in this race and came out a silver medalist at 41 years old. Oh, wow. My favorite swimmer, U.S. favorite swimmer, I'd probably favor, I talked about him last August, was Pablo Morales and what he did in the 1992 Olympics, as well as Michael Phelps, because Michael Phelps is amazing what he was able to do. He wasn't able to do what Dara Torres did, and at the age, but it was just insane how Michael Phelps was able to compete at silver and gold medal in all these different types of swimming events and have that body to compete at the top of his game in freestyle, backstroke, and butterfly. The only event I think, and then also the individual medley, which is all four, the only event Michael Phelps wasn't at that level competing in was the breaststroke, because that is like the breaststrokers usually have the real big upper body and big shoulders, and they got to bring both arms forward and scoop. So it's a lot of this. Michael Phelps was lean and tall. So anyway, yeah. Pablo Morales, who I talked about, who was in the 84, 92 Olympics and what he was able to do, as well as I'd probably say Michael Phelps and what he pulled off, and Dara Torres. Okay, there's a couple other things here about Dara Torres, and then I'll tell you some other stuff I know that's not in the article. Torres has won 12 Olympic medals, one of 3 women. Okay, I got that part. Oh, okay, so this is the other thing here. This is Dara Torres. Let me move this back. A few years back, I got this from Wikipedia. I'm going to just talk about what she's done after she's left the Olympics. Torres has worked in television as a reporter and announcer for American networks, NBC, ESPN, TNT, OLN. That's, I think, the Oprah Winfrey Network, if I'm not mistaken, and the Fox News Channel, and has hosted a golf show, The Clubhouse, and resort. So she's been in a lot of like broadcasting and news dealing with sports, Dara Torres. She also worked as a model and was the first elite swimmer to model swimwear in Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue and the 1994 edition. Well, that's interesting. She was inducted into the International Jewish Sports Hall of Fame in 2005, Dara Torres. After 1992, she married and then divorced a sports producer, Jeff Gowen. After 2000, she converted to Judaism fully. She was already half Jewish. Torres is a veteran celebrity swimmer for Swim Across America, a charitable organization that raises funds for cancer research, in which she has participated in several years. Where is this? Oh, this is just some of her records that she set. She was on a relay team that set a world record at the 2000 Summer Games, and that was in Australia. Then she was on in 92, another relay team that set a record in Barcelona. Where was it too? There was 83 and 84. She set some world records in trying to see the event. Speedo event. I'm trying to say, that's a 50-meter freestyle. Okay, so she set a world record in the 50-meter freestyle in 83 and 84. Then she was on 2 relay teams in 1992 and 2000 and set a record, and then another one in 2000. Anyway, what I found interesting here, you'll find this interesting about Dara Torres, and I'll tell you this one more time. This is her picture in 2008. When she came out of the pool winning the silver medal in the 50-meter freestyle, waving to the fans, is Dara Torres. How tall is she? Oh, she's 5'11", 5'11", yep. And she's born 1967. So somebody who medaled in the 1984 games and medaled again all the way in 2008. But this is what I want to tell you. It's not in Wikipedia. I remember watching this before 2008 games. How she was able to stay in shape and make that Olympic team and then get a silver medal in that event. She had a workout routine where she had those stretch bands, a lot of these stretch bands. And the whole thing was she knew as she was getting older, didn't quite have the muscle mass and stuff that, some of the younger ladies would have. She had to stay flexible, very, very flexible. So not only was it a lot of swimming in her practice and really a monitored diet she was on, her routine was a lot of stretching, using these like stretch bands and stretch bars, and really, really focusing on being very flexible to be able to compete and make the Olympic team at 40. And let me tell you something else. You might not know this, because you forget the Summer Games. It hasn't been since 2016. With the swimming, when they have the Olympic swim trials for the United States, to make the U.S. swimming team, Olympic swim team, they at the trials, you got to make the top field of 8 swimmers. Okay, so let's say it's that 50-meter freestyle. You got to be in that top 8. Out of the top 8, only the top 2 people make the team for that event, because each country can only have 2 swimmers represent them in a individual event. Now it's a little different for a relay event. That's a team event. But so Dara Torres at 41 years old had to place first or second just to make the team at 41, which is unheard of. But what she was able to do at her age and all the medals and records, and like I say, a reason I was bringing this up and it's so amazing was, as you know, and you've probably seen him do Subway commercials, and he's been in what, 3 Olympics, I think it was, maybe 4. I think it was 3, 2008, 2012, and 2016, Michael Phelps, and then how he medaled in all those events. But when Michael Phelps came on the scene and he set some record for like the most swim medals by a U.S. swimmer in 2008, everybody was talking about Michael Phelps this, Michael Phelps that, blah, 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 which he deserves that. Don't get me wrong. But what was sad and lost in it, partly because she's a woman, I believe, of a female swimmer, was what Dara Torres did. And it was only like about a half a day that they went on, because Michael Phelps medaled also in some other event. And it was like his 4th event he medaled in. And Dara Torres didn't win a gold medal. So unfortunately, they looked at that as not as big as Michael Phelps. But to me, being 41 years old and winning a silver medal in a swimming event, that'd be like somebody very similar to track and field. That's time. So somebody, let's say, who does a 100-meter dash or the hurdles, I don't care if they're from America, Jamaica, Africa, the Philippines, wherever. If there's someone 40 years old and they're competing, in some like 200-meter dash or some track and field event like that, that's amazing. It's somebody at that age. So anyway, yeah, I thought that was a good story. I meant to talk about this a while back and I forgot about it. It's been a while since I did my live, so made sure to bring it up tonight. A couple other things to bring up here. This is another great little story. Let me get my Snapple. I got 2 more things here, and then we'll end the broadcast a little bit. Oh, excuse me. Just getting a little something to drink here. Wet the whistle, as I say. Yeah, 2 more things, and then we'll get ready to call it a night here. I appreciate everybody being on the late night show. This is another nice story. School bus driver playing the same lottery numbers for 20 years wins $2 million. Again, from the UPI, United Press International. Let me just rotate this so you can get a look at it. School bus driver playing the same lottery number for 20 years finally wins $2 million. Time to retire. That's what I would be like. Wow, I don't know if it's my YouTube or something to do with my camera. I'm going to try my Logitech camera. See, now it's coming in clear, but it's like any motion around it, anyway, there's something funny acting with my web camera. Okay, let me read this here real quick. This is just an awesome story, man. I love hearing stories like this, I tell you. Okay, this is September 14th, a news story here. Playing the same lottery numbers for nearly 20 years finally paid off for a 73-year-old school bus driver who won $2 million. James Dippold. Yeah, it's Dippold. James Dippold. Yeah, it is Victory A. 73 claimed the $2 million prize from the Powerball drawing held August 26 using a secure drop box at a Florida lottery headquarters in Tallahassee. Dippold said that he played the same numbers for nearly 2 decades, and now that it's worked, he plans to retire. Awesome. And guess what? He's going to buy a muscle car that he wanted since returning from Vietnam in the 60s. Oh, cool. So this is a retired Vietnam veteran that won $2 million, and I guess all his life he's planned on wanting to buy a muscle car. Well, no problem. The only tough part for him is to find the exact muscle car he wants, Anyway, let me finish this. Dippold purchased the winning ticket from a 7-Eleven, and it gives the address here, in Vero Beach, according to the statement. The ticket matched all 5 of the white ball numbers, but did not match the Powerball number. The 7-Eleven store will receive $5,000 bonus commission for selling the winning Powerball ticket. So that must have been one of these Powerball drawings. I know they get some really, really up there in the hundreds of millions of dollars, some of those things. So this one must have been way up there if he got 5 million and didn't get all numbers. Okay, Florida Lottery headquarters and district offices were closed at the time to help protect employees and players during the COVID-19 pandemic. So players were encouraged to use the secure drop box located at each district office or mail tickets to headquarters or their nearest district office. Almost done here. On Monday, the Florida Lottery announced that beginning Tuesday, offices would reopen to the public in limited capacity for a prize valued at $5,000 or more. So anyone who was a winner, has a winning ticket of $5,000 or more, they could come into the lottery office. Appointments will be offered Tuesdays, blah, blah, blah. And that's when he went in with his ticket and cashed it in. But how cool is that? A 73-year-old man wins a $2 million prize from the Powerball. And he's now going to, he was a school bus driver all these years. So, he's probably barely making ends meet. It's not like those school bus drivers get paid a lot for doing that job. And how cool is that? Everybody has something on their bucket list, and he always wanted a muscle car from returning from Vietnam. Well, whatever his muscle car is, maybe it's an old Road Runner or an old Camaro or a Mustang, whatever it is, probably from the 60s or 70s. He's going to go buy it now. $2 million, no problem. And hopefully, I'm sure he invested. I do believe, too, talking about those state lotteries, I know in Michigan you have an option, which is a smart option, is you could, like that $2 million, if you get it in full, they'll take out a huge chunk of money in taxes. But you can get that annuity option and, like each month get a check for like, let's say $50,000, for like the next 30, 50 years, whatever. Because not only does the annuity go off of the $2 million, but they also calculate interest on it. And then you're not having to pay all that tax money. So it's just like a guaranteed check every month, that you're going to have for a good 30, 40 years. But I don't know. Maybe he'll take the annuity option to Florida. He'll just cash in that whole sucker and put a lot of it in a CD or invest it. But I'm happy for him, man. That's cool. Okay, last story here, and then we'll do a little general conversation and wrap up the late night show. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of this. This was big, again, back in the 80s, 1980s, when I was a little kid. I think my parents might have had these. I know my neighbors did too. The lawn darts. Oh, yes, I know Novik, good friend of mine. I'm helping him out as much as I can. Novik has I think 3 weeks to try to pick up 1,000 watch hours, or his channel gets reset and he's got to go through all that grind again to try to get monetized. So I've been watching a lot of Novik stuff, and very good friend of mine, great guy. And thank you for coming. Yeah, I know, Novik. Oh, okay, great. Yep. Do me a favor, if I don't have you on my friends list, below my live here, I have that comment section. Just put a comment in like nice live stream, or good to see you, or hello, just something like that, and I can click on your link, because I'm going to do my tribute video tomorrow or tomorrow evening, and I'll put you in the tribute video. I'll write down your name here in a second. Anyway, I got one last story topic here for you guys. This is kind of interesting. Let me put you in here. Thank you for coming so much. Yeah, Novik is a good friend of mine on YouTube. Let me put you in here. ABHINAVGAIKWAD. All right. Okay, let me get into this. The history of lawn darts. Oh, okay, cool. Novik's a friend of yours as well. Awesome. Yep. Anyway, this is something interesting you guys want to hear about. Lawn darts, the history of lawn darts. Okay, this is also known as Jarts, because Jarts was one of the companies that made the yard darts or lawn darts, and Jarts was probably the biggest distributor of them. And I used to never think of to call them lawn darts or yard darts. That's officially what they're called. I always call them Jarts. Anyway, this is a long game for 2 players or teams. A lawn dart is set usually includes the lawn dart set usually includes 4 large darts and 2 targets. Though these are like plastic round, they look like a hula hoop, a small hula hoop, and it's similar to horseshoes. You take these 2 round plastic like hula hoops and you put them in the back of the yard, and you'd have the darts, the lawn darts, and it'd be like 3 of them, and you'd have a red and blue, and either I think there's 3 or 5 of them, but you'd either partner up in teams or just play somebody, and you'd set these 2 round hula hoops across the yard, and the idea was you would toss them up in the air, just similar to horseshoes. You get them inside the circle, it counts as I think like 2 points. And then whoever if everyone misses the circle, who's ever close to it gets a point, and you play that game. But I want to tell you why they stopped making this and why it was so dangerous and what happened with it, the lawn darts. Okay, anyway, let me get back to this real quick. The gameplay and objective are similar to those of both horseshoes and darts. The darts are typically 12 inches long with weighted metal or plastic tip on one end and 3 plastic fins on the rod. I'll show you a picture of it. It's like a metal dart, and it comes out almost, and it's got like 3 fins on it. That's they give it the circumference, through the air when you toss and throw it. The darts are intended to be tossed underhanded toward the horizon ground target, with the weighted end hits first and sticks into the ground. The target typically is a plastic ring. Like I said, it's like a small hula hoop, and the landing anywhere within the ring scores a point. Okay. After many injuries and deaths caused by lawn darts, they have been banned in the United States and Canada. October 1970, this is a little history on it, and I'm going to show you some pictures and tell you a little more about this. In October 1970, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, that's the FDA, requested that RB Jarts Incorporated, they were the biggest makers of lawn darts, jarts, add labels to its line of lawn darts, noting that they were for use by adults only. In December 1970, the FDA required all lawn darts to bear the label warning, not a toy for use by children, may cause serious or fatal injury if not used properly. Keep out of reach with children, blah, blah, blah. Then furthermore, okay. Oh, thanks. Well, thanks for coming. Yeah, I'm only going to be on here for about another 10 minutes or so. I'm in my last topic here for the show. Then I'll talk about a few things and then wrap it up. And thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Anyway, no, this is a little history on it, and I'm going to give you some more, fun stuff, interesting information on these lawn darts. In November 1970, the Consumers Union and the Children's Foundation petitioned the U.S. Secretary of Health and Education and Welfare to use emergency provisions of the Child Protection Toy Safety Act of 1969 to ban outright outdoor games with 13-inch pointed darts weighing more than 5 ounces each. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, now this is where the outright ban of this whole lawn darts ended up kind of happening here. Because first, when they came out, they were like, hey, put safety labels on the boxes. They can't be sold in a toy department, blah, blah, blah. But then as more accidents and deaths were happening, the major push came through, and then they put a ban on these metal lawn darts. Anyway, partly as a result of David Snow's lobbying, this is a guy, on December 19th, 1988, the Consumer Product Safety Commission introduced an outright ban on lawn darts in the United States. In the previous 8 years, 6,100 Americans had visited the hospital emergency rooms as a result of lawn dart accidents. Wow. Of that total, 81% were 15 years younger, and half were 10 years age of younger. During the week when the commission voted to ban the product, an 11-year-old girl in Tennessee was hit by a lawn dart and fell into a coma. In Canada, lawn darts caused at least 55 serious injuries, and they were banned for sale in the country from July of 1989. The sale of secondhand lawn darts is also illegal under the Hazardous Products Act. This is in Canada now. Since then, alternatives have surfaced and are available for sale in Canada. I'll show you the lawn darts that you could buy now. They're safe. But the official lawn darts, where they were like metal tipped and they had the plastic wings on them, I think you can get it. You can still buy them in the U.S. used ones, and they get like $100 some bucks on eBay by collectors. And then I'll show you a picture in a second. Where is it? As of 2020, a modified, safer version of lawn darts with a modified blunt tip design may be purchased in the United States. Blah blah. Okay, so here we go. Now I'm done with this, and I'll got the official story out of the way. And I got this off of, if you're interested in reading about this, and then I'll talk a little more. This is from Wikipedia here. I got this information on the history of why they put a big ban on it. Where's my pen? Oh, here we go. Okay, so these are the original lawn darts. They were sometimes referred to as jarts. Jarts was a company that officially made the lawn darts. They were the biggest one. But here's a box right here. I'm trying to get in if you could see the metal tips. It's just like these things were like a regular dart, like old school darts, and you have the dart boards, the metal ones, but they were much bigger, and then they had the fins on it. And this is a box probably, I think, from like the early 80s or 70s, the lawn darts. And you could see the little like small plastic, I call it the hula hoop, but it's a plastic ring. And then the kids and the parents are right here, and you throw it, and then you get points for getting it in there into the ring. Now, this is what they do sell. You could still play this game, but not the official, I don't say official, but the original lawn darts. They make them safe now. You see it's got like a plastic tip and it's rounded. So, if some kids get a hold of playing it and it hits somebody in the face or chest, even at a fast speed, it's not going to hurt or kill them because these are like plastic and rounded. So anyway, that's jarts. And actually, this is the company that makes them. So you can buy these lawn darts, but they're not the original ones, the metal ones that were like darts. I think you could probably find these on Amazon if you look up lawn darts or jarts. It's kind of a fun game though. Like if you have a picnic or a barbecue and it's something fun that everybody could play, you could get these jarts now, the safe ones, which they make. You could probably get these on Amazon, and you get the plastic rings, and you set them up, and it's just like the concept of horseshoes. You toss them up in the air. But these original lawn darts, a lot of kids were getting killed with these things. As a matter of fact, if you guys, I'm sure some of you have heard of The Sopranos, that TV show. There was an episode, I think it was in season 4 or 5. I think it was season 4. Yeah, and there was a character, I think his name was Ralphie. And anyway, they wanted to write part of the story where his son seriously got hurt, and I think he died or went to the hospital. But anyway, again, they were out playing in the backyard, and they went in the garage, and they found a thing of these lawn darts in a box. And it was like one of these old ones, and they had that actual lawn darts with the metal tips. And I'll try to bring this in, but here you go. You can get a good look at it, but you can see the blue and red ones in the top picture. That's an actual dart right there, and that's so dangerous. Kids get a hold of them, one standing on the other end and throws that thing and comes down. But anyway, they simulated in the TV show Sopranos this one episode of this girl getting hurt real bad when she was standing on the other end and the guy threw the lawn dart. But that's why they had to ban, if you ever heard of it, the lawn darts, they had to put a ban and stop making those things because just too many injuries and was dangerous. I mean, they're fine. Like let's say it's a single guy or a lady and she don't have the young kids around and the children where they get into it, and adults play it and use common sense, no one's going to get hurt. But too many accidents happen, and the father, mother, just being forgetful, put it in the garage where the kids can get their hands on it, and then a lot of accidents and deaths. So that's what happened with that game, lawn darts. If you ever heard of it, but if not, now you know. But I remember that when I was a kid, and it was just something I thought I'd talk about here. But if it's something you're interested in, you can go on Amazon. at one place, and you can look up lawn darts. They do make a newer version, a safe version of them, where they're plastic, and it's just a fun game to play. Like I say, if you're at a family gathering or a picnic with people, and you're outdoors, or even if the kids are there, the new ones are safe because they're rounded and then got the plastic things on them. They're not gonna be harmful. It's very similar to that other game. A lot of people I've seen do when they go to football games, Chicago Bears, baby. But when they do those tailgate parties, they've got those the beanbag game, those little slated woods with the hole in it. And if you get so close to the hole, you get like 10 points, and then it goes 5 points, 1 point. If you hit the cement, you get nothing. But a lot of people, when they tailgate for those football games, Victory, yeah, you might know this. Um, they'll put those beanbag games out, with the wood, and they'll just whoosh, toss that beanbag, and it's kind of a drinking type game, similar to the beer pong, but that was the lawn darts. Who do I got? Okay, I got my list here. 3 people in here. Um, I think I got everybody. I'll scroll through here. I'm going to do a tribute video tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening. Embarrassing. Yeah, okay. I'll go through this, as well as what I like to do too. I like to wait as well for my tribute video, because before I do it, I'll go through my comments on my live broadcast. And when, I'll look, and then someone comments and say, hey, enjoyed your broadcast, or, wow, that was interesting about that operation that went horribly wrong for the Navy SEALs, where someone lets me know they were watching. It doesn't have to be the whole. If someone lets me know, say, hey, I watched part of your broadcast and this, that, or the other, I'll toss you in the tribute video as well. It's not the end of the world, but it is something that helps give some exposure, for you. I think I've had some that have hit like 120 or 50 views. There was a couple of them that went way up there in view count. But anyway, just the way I can give back to everybody that comes on my live broadcast. Something I like to do is do a tribute video. So I'll do that. And then when probably late tomorrow afternoon or evening, I'll post that tribute video on my channel. So if you see the tribute video be a new video and you're here on my live, or tomorrow morning, or you watch this live before I post it, look out, because I'll be in it. And what I'll do is I get a picture of your homepage on your channel, and then, man, I push you, I put you right in the video for you to check out. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up the late night show. Again, thank you everybody for coming on. I'll try to see, my next one might be about a week from now, and I'll probably do a couple video drops before then, throughout the week. My next video, what I'm going to be doing is, I'm not much of a gamer, okay? But this is a game that's on my laptop computer. I've played from time to time, and it's just a fun game. But it's made by Holly. It's the casino. I think it's called Casino Night or Casino. I'll check it. I got it in my computer. But anyway, I'm going to probably do a good half-hour video and show this casino game. It's a very cheap game to buy on Amazon, and you might get it on Walmart.com. Mine's an older version. It's still cool, but I'm going to do a video, this casino game video, and they got blackjack, craps. Then they have like Keno, horse racing, and then the big thing is too the slots. And this damn game, man, must have about, I want to say, 100 some different slot machines, and it's like a virtual casino game. I mean, you feel like you're almost in the casino on that slot machine, playing it, and it's right in front of you. And it's got the old school slot machines on this game, with the wheels, that the 3 wheels spin around, as well as it has some of the newer slot machines. They call them the video slot machines. But it's a really cool game. It's the casino game, and it's for mine's the software edition, the CD edition. I think mine's from 2011 or 12. It's that old, and I still play it once in a while. But it's for computers, laptops, PCs. But they might have it now, I'm sure, if you check Amazon or some of these other websites that deal with computer software gaming, for a cell phone. But anyway, I'm going to do a video on my casino game. So it'll be something different. And I'm going to have it where I'm going to be in the corner and I'm going to be talking. And I'm going to do that like a little game review. I do have a couple things coming up for product reviews, and I have something for a drink review. It'll be a little while, but there will be more product reviews and drink reviews coming up. And anyway, my next video is going to be the casino game review. That'll be it. And thank you so much, everybody, for showing up for the late night show tonight. Truly appreciate it. I'm going to end this is like I do most of my live broadcasts, my video, and I say this because I mean it. Stay safe and enjoy life, everybody. Have a great weekend.